Good morning, beloved human family. Today is June 22nd, 2020. We have gone through the solar eclipse in this portal of reflections of ourselves. It is important that we understand the moment what we are living. We all have been working for this moment during centuries, and everything is happening in a higher dimensional level, reflecting our actual reality of the lower dimensions in higher dimensional understanding. We know that the divine timelines, the prime timelines, from the moment that the master plan was issued, was created to arrive into this moment and to retake the course of our civilization that has been kept in coma during 1700 years, 2000 years since the moment that the Holy Trinity timelines were changed by the empire, the Pharisees and the King Herod. These Holy Trinity timelines are the purity of the feminine, the purity of the masculine, and the Holy Spirit. The Holy Spirit is the spirit of the source, in which connected we can create reality. And we are actually arrived into this moment, into the time of understanding, in which we comprehend the importance to keep the divine templates. Because when we modified these templates, then the whole reality of humanity can change. We know that this master plan was meant from the negative mind, and the negative mind is just discretion and caution and be careful, and the prudence of the conservative approach to the reality. That was indeed the intention of the master plan, to allow humanity to transit into this moment in which we can all connect in this universal understanding and these global communications through the net. That was originally the potential and the master creation possibilities for humanity to connect through the telepathic field of unified consciousness of our civilization through the pyramids in Giza, China, and Mexico, Teotihuacan. We know that this is also a geographic Holy Trinity of the soul, mind, and heart, and of course we have the chakras of Mother Earth dispersed in different places, Mount Urulu, Mount Kailas, Glastonbury, Mount Shasta, etc. The importance of the timelines is in such a way that we know that has been splitted. When we modify these divine templates and divine intention, then the whole reality is affected, is influenced, and we have to go through 3 times the same reality, because those divine timelines were split during this process to arrive here. The master plan was concentrated in Spain. There were the 3 timelines split of the Holy Trinity by the Romans and the Pharisees and the King Herod to be concentrated here in Spain. This is a place of transition. And someone was probably thinking that should be too much for one country to have all the concentration of these timelines to the return of the Christ consciousness and spirit in one country, and the decision was split into 3 different positions. That is, United Kingdom has taken that responsibility in 1898 to take that timeline to protect the second come of Christ consciousness and spirit. We know that expansion of the United Kingdom into the United States, protecting through all the military presence around the world. That has also been the consequence of taking Australia, New Zealand, Canada, Alaska, and that has been expanding this problem into more countries. The timeline of the Pharisees has been reflected in the country of the Netherlands, and that is what my daughter has been kidnapped 12 years ago. That is what it is also making for the Christ consciousness and spirit the difficulty, the added difficulty and the complication to concentrate all those reflections into one timeline of master creation. That is the prime timeline of understanding. And we go through these fluctuations of the bipolar disorder of this civilization to flatten that oscillation from one side of the field to the other into this polarity of creation. That is what we are now going to do, just to align all these flows, that fluctuation of oscillations of our bipolar expression of our energies is going to get one flow of universal understanding. That is the importance of the unification of our understanding into one orientation, integrating, calibrating, and concentrating these universal energies in one global understanding connected to the source of universal creation. That is finally what we have been working for, to integrate the universal spirit in our reality. That is what we lost, and this is what we have to do now. So those relevant people who know about this master plan have to bring back to Spain the reality of the master plan, that we can connect. That is the highest timeline unity that has been the purpose of humankind since the moment of Lemurian Atlantis. That was the purpose at the time, to unite both realities into one flow of universal understanding for our civilization, to comprehend the importance to be united. And we have been also talking about the polarities to create this divine understanding life, the way and the light for humankind as portals into the new era of Aquarius. And those polarities are, like we know in fractal, from the atomic to the galactic construction of the master creation, are negative, positive and neutral. Of course, the master plan was not considering this madness in which the reality of this civilization has become. Madness is not part of the equation of the master creation. Everything is done in sanity, and that is what we have to recover, the orientation of our minds concentrated in the master creation of our civilization, acknowledging all the legacy of our ancestors who have been working for this moment of our civilization. We know that the universe has about 150 billion galaxies. That is 150,000 million galaxies, and every galaxy has about plus 100 billion stars. And that it is the fractal construction also of our brain, connected of the massive brain of the universal creation. Our brain has about 85,000 billion neurons, and every neuron has about 100 trillion atoms, all universal fractal scales of the same master construction. So this is just the understanding of our position in the entire fractal master construction, and we have broken this link between the microcosmos and the macrocosmos. So now it is the time for humans to take the right decisions, to make this unity, to listen fully to the guidance of the cosmos and those who have been working intensively to bring humanity into this moment of understanding. There is no time of half measures, no time to listen whatever we convene for our interest, financial or whatsoever. Money has not the importance that has been given, has been a tool to arrive into this moment, but we see our reality in these multidimensional, interdimensional possibilities. The motivation, stimulation, and the incentive of life is to gain more knowledge, wisdom, understanding of who we are, open the potential of the portals who were closed from within and that have been deactivated to activate consequently the codes of universal understanding, and we are entering into this multidimensional flow of divine consciousness and the spirit together with other galactic families which are also supporting our ascension until we gain this full global understanding of unity of our civilization in one flow. We make a fool of ourselves, or we make the brilliant glory, greatness, and grace of our existence connected to the universal source. That is the challenge, but that is just the easy understanding of who we really are. We are not changing now, those timelines were changed 2,000 years ago, and we recovered this holy trinity of understanding of master creation between the sacred feminine, the sacred masculine, and the Holy Spirit, which is the spirit source of the universe, creating miracles, and this constant reality of our civilization connected into the memory of humankind. We recover the memory of the gods, we recover this understanding of what has happened from the time of Lemuria, going through the experiences and memories of Egypt, Isis and Osiris, and the powers of God Thoth, who had the key to change the templates of our divine structure. That means that humans had also the possibility at the time to change, for example, the time that the Earth was turning around the sun. We are now in 365 days. Those templates can be changed by actually understanding that we could go to 360 days. The Earth turning around the sun, those powers were given at the time of Egypt, the king Thoth, and Osiris and Isis. Those realities and experiences are recorded on the Akashic records, together with all the experiences in the Hindu religion, who is guiding us into the higher levels of divine understanding, with the divine couples of as Shiva, Parvati, Lakshmi and Vishnu, Sarasvati and Brahma, and Radha and Krishna. Those are sacred reincarnations of the same sacred feminine and masculine, creating the reflection and the understanding of our divine reality on this planet. Of course, many other prophets and sacred feminines are reflecting on the Akashic records, giving us this resonance and reflections of our reality, like Buddha, Christ, Mary Magdalene, and also the prophecies of our brothers and sisters in the Native American community and other places of the world who are reflecting clearly who we really are. All is a clear reflection, actually, after this beautiful solar eclipse yesterday, and this is the importance of the reconnection in this direction of our human reality, converging all these pieces of the puzzle as a creator. The full image cannot be shown until all these pieces have been collected. Of course, the puzzle continues, but the central pieces have to be collected for humans to understand the full picture of our civilization. We will add more pictures, we will have to add more pieces, so every one of us is one piece contributing to the understanding of who we really are. And this is just how we are collecting all the ingredients to create this food for our minds. We have indistinctly taken lies and truth in our mind, what has created the bipolar disorder. And the truth is the only energy who is going to create the stability and the security of our civilization. That has to be fully explained to humankind and to make a new organic structure in which we can see ourselves reflected perfectly in our energies. This is the conclusion of all this process into the timelines who are concentrated now here in Cebreros, in the province of Avila, in Spain, of the Christ consciousness and spirit, rebirth of human presence for the entire civilization. This is the embodiment of that understanding, and the only purpose to create the prime timelines of master creations is the unity, universal truth for the entire civilization. There is, of course, a lot to do. We know that to create all these millions of galaxies, there is no amount of money used. That has been only about consciousness and spirit. And in the same, when we created in the past, our ancestors, the pyramids of Egypt with the 2,300,000 blocks of stone, there were not a single minute spent in speeches through the screen. So it is important that we understand what we have to do and to focus in the reality by making a dialogue in universal polarity with ourselves to create this master creation, to master the universal energies, and to have the character and the quantum sensibility in that neutral 0 point of creation to make a reality for the entire civilization that resonates, reflects our organic presence on the planet. So that is the message that I wanted to say today for you into this 22nd day after the solar eclipse, and we still have a new eclipse to go in the 5th of July, which is going to close this opening portal of possibilities for humankind to understand our position in the cosmos. So I thank you for listening. It is a wonderful opportunity for humankind to reunite these experiences and memory. Without memory, we have no orientation in the cosmos, and this memory is what is going to give us definitely the integration and calibration of this universal consciousness and spirit. Thank you very much. Bless you. A wonderful day, and allow the spirit to guide our steps into this new reality for the entire civilization. Deep gratitude for all who work, and we keep in contact. Thank you very much.